Now, a few years later, 1967 time period, this is the first personal computer that I worked on, called the Flex Machine. Did it with Ed Cheadle. And this is a picture of it on its own display. So by that time, we'd realized that we could build a desktop computer. And of course, this was a desktop computer for only very special kinds of desks, like those made out of steel. So it weighed well over 100 pounds. And it had two characteristics that were very noticeable. One of them was it was a tremendous coffee warmer. You know, these little black dual inline packages that hold silicon. The Macintosh has about 50 of them or so that makes up a Macintosh. Back then, you were lucky if you could get 8 or 16 gates in one of these DIP packages. And so this machine had about 700 of those and generated an enormous amount of heat and had a fan that was likened to a 747 taking off. The other thing that was very noticeable about the machine is that the user interface tended to repel most of the people that we tried it on. I was a designer of that interface, and I was really crestfallen that people regarded it somewhat the way you would if you lifted the lid on a garbage can and saw something moist and fuzzy down inside. Very puzzled as how could we put all this work into the machine. The had a very powerful interactive object-oriented language that I had derived from Simula. Very high-quality graphics. In fact, it had one of the very first gadgets called the clipping divider, done at the same time as Ivan Sutherland in Harvard, and then later brought out to Utah. Had a very large virtual screen that you could map onto the physical screen. It had multiple windowing, not overlapping windowing because it was a calligraphic display.